Hi, I'm Fox Iker, your host with the most fur, and you are watching Fox Play Gaming. I am here with Alex Munro, or what do you want to be called?
Yo, I'm Alex. Today we decided to play Conker's Bad Fur Day, a game I've always wanted to play all the way through but never got the chance to.
Oh yeah, Conker's a good one. Did I ever tell you about the story about like when I got involved in it?
But didn't you tell me the story again?
Okay. Uh, when I was like, I don't know, junior high, uh, this game was like one of the first rated M games on the N64, and it was rare. And I'm like telling my grandma that I want this game. She's like, I don't know, it's rated M, and I'm like, it's a freaking squirrel, man. Like, how bad could it be? Next thing I know, Conker's all getting freaking wasted and drunk calling his girlfriend and shit.
How did she react? What did she say?
uh, uh, she kind of pretended like she didn't notice for the most part. She's like, "Well, I'll never buy another game again." But it's a good entertaining game, I think.
You're getting pestered, bro.
Oh,
Ah, shit.
now these are friendly bees. Apparently, they're
Oh, yeah.
pacifists according to the Conquer lore. Running out of lives though. I hope I don't have to get them all again.
I haven't even
So,
seen this part before. I don't even
ah,
know what's going on in the game.
yeah, this is just after one of the first major bosses, I think.
Okay, I haven't even seen the first major boss. Maybe we should replay that for the second Conquer Talks.
All right.
If you want to, it's all good.
I don't mind starting over. It just has a pretty long intro,
I
and
know I don't want to see the intro. I've tried to play the game via emulator and failed
oh yeah,
repeated. Yeah, repeatedly. I tried to swing the frying pan and it won't hit the enemies correctly. It's like off time or something.
weird.
Another reason why we decided on Conquer is because it has a lot of subtitles, and so people will be able to read what's going on in the game as we talk, so they can do as they please.
Right. So, Conker's a game that you're not fully aware of. I take it. Oh, I
What?
have to talk to this stupid. That's irritating, but okay. Because if Conker falls too far, he dies. I have to talk to the stupid sunflower again to get all those bees again, which is fine. Or maybe no, I don't. Well, it's funny. If I die, oh well.
If he dies, he dies.
Yeah. Wouldn't be the first time. Yeah, it's subtitled, so. the Apparently a giant bee wanted to pollinate this sunflower here. He's like, "Oh yeah, I want some of that." And if I can get all the bees, I can show why. So let's try. This sunflower is freaking stacked.
I think I've seen this part before. I think I got like this far. I got like this far in the game by myself. I got to this area. I've seen this area before.
Right. Let's see. I don't know if I guess I have to go out of my way to get that. Jeez, it's been a while. This guy was pretty funny. He was like, "Get this guy right here is like, get this fat chick off me." I had to help him out. I guess when we go back from the beginning or whatever, I'll show that part. But
I just wanted to see the first boss. Is he the guy that you smack with the frying pan and he falls over?
um, well, that's like your first real big encounter. But the first boss is like a haystack that
Oh yeah.
kind of roams around aimlessly, as he calls it.
And then you just whoop his ass.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
one of my favorite one of my favorite games of all time is Mortal Kombat. Me and my buddy, all we had was Super Nintendo at his house. So I brought it over because there was nothing to do. And so we ended up playing Mortal Kombat until we saw Mortal Kombat with our eyes closed. Anyways, kept playing day after day. Every time we hung out, we would play the Super Nintendo. We would play Donkey Kong Country 3 or 2, and we had Mortal Kombat 2, and those were like the main games that we had for the Super Nintendo, and we would always get on those games and just whoop ass continuously. I beat the Mortal Kombat 2 ladder straight up with Scorpion and Baraka.
Right on. I had like Mortal Kombat 2 for the Genesis.
Without all the blood.
The Genesis had the blood, but you had to use like a code, I think, in the original Mortal Kombat in order to activate it. Otherwise, it was just that gross sweat that's on the Super Nintendo.
The green.
Yeah. I forgot the steps, but bees will follow me now and get to that sunflower chick. So, um, so Mortal Kombat is a good game, but is it your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Yes, I definitely have a list of favorite video games that I've acquired over the years. I'm really into badass games. I'm really into raw intensity in video games and in music. Um, I get a lot of I get a lot of energy listening to stuff like Slayer and Pantera. Basically, they taught me how to play guitar. Learning their songs on guitar basically taught me how to write metal. You know what I mean? I don't copy anything at all. I write my life experience. And anyways, I'm trailing off. My favorite video games are Half-Life 2, Borderlands 2. Uh, I I really like Diablo 3 and 2. I really like StarCraft. I've been playing a lot of StarCraft 64.
Oh man. Uh the Borderlands 2 especially really takes me back.
That game is immersive. I got so immersed in that game. I beat that game 3 or 4 times all the way through, and I still love to play it.
So was your first experiences like stuff like uh Nintendo,
Sega Saturn. I
Sega
would have to
Saturn?
say that I'd have to say that Sega Saturn was like the first time I picked up a controller and tried to play a game by myself. And I was probably about 3 or 4, and I just remember sitting in my babysitter's room watching the crazy colors and how I could interact with it, and learning the buttons, and then memorizing the buttons to press, and then finally like learning how to play the game and stuff. And I um I played a lot of Windows 95. I remember when I'm this old. I'm so old that I remember when they handed out Sonic the Hedgehog CDs at Jack in the Box.
Oh wow.
I'm that old.
I remember something kind of like that with I think it was like Ninja Turtles or something. The Pizza Hut would like have this special promotion where they included a Ninja Turtles game with the pizza, an S
Oh, hell yeah.
cartridge. I think it was like a little extra too, like $5 extra bucks plus your order, but it was kind of cool because in the game you actually had those in-game ads of Pizza Hut, which is like something Ninja Turtles would probably be into.
That's funny.
They don't really do stuff like that anymore, but I remember the PlayStation era too. They would release games, demo discs.
I
Remember
got the
those?
Windows.
Demo
I
discs,
got,
man.
yeah, I got the Windows 95. I had Sonic 3D Blast.
Right on.
I played a lot of Windows 95 when I was like 3 and 4 years old. I learned Control Alt Delete when I was 4 years old. I used to play Treasure Island and Sonic the Hedgehog at my parents' while they were at work. I would play on the computer and just dive into these atmospheres, these new atmospheres. It was just so crazy being so young, playing video games so young. It's like it's so captivating, and that's why I love retro games. Is because they're captivating. It captivates me with nostalgia.
Right.
It's like healing your inner child.
my my tastes have kind of changed over time. Uh, I like the modern stuff a little bit, but at the same time, I still understand the retro mindset. Like I played a lot of games when I was younger.
Me too. And I really don't play that many video games anymore. So it's good to reconnect and watch the old stuff that, like I've always wanted to see this game. They said hell no when I asked for this game.
Yeah,
and
my grandma took some convincing, but I managed to talk her into it.
up until I was about 10 years old, every M-rated game was a hell no.
Yeah.
I finally got GTA 3 when I was about 12 or 13. That was fun. Damn, I had fun with GTA 3. GTA 2 was awesome too. I remember playing that on my computer.
Oh yeah. GTA
GTA
3
2,
was my first. I never really got into the older ones.
they're top down and it's more of like it's not as interactive. I don't know. The 2D makes it less interactive. Still a great game though. I love the GTA 2 radio. They had some funny shit. They play some funny music and they have some funny jokes in GTA. Smell like a bitch.
Oh yeah. Mainly with GTA, I think everybody does this. Like eventually you just kind of give up on the story just to do random acts of violence and stuff.
We got really, really, really deep into that in GTA Online, and I got to the point where I was like, what am I even doing? Like this, what am I even? Why am I even still playing this? Like, what's the point?
Yeah. I didn't get super into GTA until like San Andreas. That's
San
where I
Andreas
really
was
came in.
so much fun.
Oh yeah. Plus using all the cheats spawned so many
Yeah,
tanks that the game would lag. Stuff like
me
that.
and my buddy, when we played GTA San Andreas, we would activate like, oh damn,
I'll have to start over. It's a little messed up, but it's fine. I'm not distracted or anything.
yeah,
I just suck today.
it's easier when you have guidance because when you pick up a game like Donkey Kong 64 for the first time in years, you don't even know what you're doing. You don't even know where to go.
Right.
You have to find secrets as you go along. Like I tried picking up Donkey Kong 64 because it was one of my all-time favorite games. I'd have to say that N64 and original Xbox was the height of my gaming. Um, I played video games nonstop when I was a kid, and I loved it so much. And I gradually just lost interest over the years. I mean, I still love video games, no doubt, but I don't play very many video games myself. One of the games that I do play though, when I feel like playing video games is StarCraft 64. I got a flash cart with 340 N64 games on it that functions perfectly.
They don't have Conker on there.
Yeah, they got Conker on there, and I'm having the issue with the frying pan swing. It's
Oh,
not
I gotcha.
fluid enough.
So, in the beginning, I think the only thing you really need to hit with the frying pan is the gargoyle and the cheese people. This game is ridiculous though. Frying pans, slingshots, even makes fun of the Matrix eventually and a bunch of pop culture references. It's great.
Nice.
But yeah, my gaming history is pretty much I started mostly on Nintendo. Blaster Master, Mario 3 and the Mario games, a little Zelda, but Mike Tyson's Punch Out, things like that. I didn't get a Super Nintendo, but I did get a Sega Genesis. That was our system.
I personally never played Genesis because it always has games that you have to beat the first level over and over and over every single time you play. Like there's no saving the game unless you use a password.
Oh right. The game I played most on it with my sister and stuff was a game called Toe Jam and Earl.
Oh hell yeah, I love that game.
Yeah, it was one that we really connected with over time, and we had other games though, like Desert Strike, which is like a helicopter game, and Sonic, of course, and well, that's pretty much it. Most of my retro gaming happened around when emulation became big.
I got to play a lot of authentic retro systems back in the 90s, and it was like a whole entire lifetime. It was like a whole entire lifetime ago.
Do you remember when you first discovered ROMs?
Uh, my buddy Andy put me on to torrenting in middle school in sixth grade. He's like, dude, do you know that you can go to this website and download blah 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 blah. We used to have these moments in class of like knowledge sharing and shit. And Andy one day said that he can get any game he wants for free, and he showed me how to do it, and I burned it to a disc. And I remember the first game that I ever burned to disc was Roller Coaster Tycoon. I love that game.
I remember that game. That is a
Roller
blast.
Coaster Tycoon was my shit, man. You take some Adderall, you play that game for like 6 solid hours.
Oh yeah, setting up roller coasters that are like totally unsafe and have them flinging off. Maybe that
Yeah,
was just
I
me,
used
but I was evil like that.
yeah. It's a shame you couldn't like make a dramatic scene with it.
Yeah.
That would have been funny. Your guests have died, and it like shows like a news flash. Bunch of people get run over.
And yet people would still line up to ride the ride.
Yeah, and just fly off and just blow up.
Oh man, I haven't played like old school PC games in forever. I probably should do that for the channel. Just find a bunch of
Are
old games.
you using a controller right now?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm
I
using
can't
uh
play.
I'm using an Xbox controller.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't play retro games without a controller.
Yeah, me either. Well, I mean, I used to, but I just like the feel of the controller in the hands. I wasn't never really a big keyboard guy. So,
Yeah, keyboard is hard. It's more for games that are first person shooter.
oh yeah, totally. I think you mentioned Half-Life, didn't you? Earlier?
Half-Life is
Yeah.
such a savage game.
Oh yeah.
That was one of the most badass games ever growing up. With the rocket crowbar smashing through shit.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I used to play the hell out of 2 especially, but the first one I definitely have nostalgic memories of. So What would you say your favorite system is?
Hmm. If I had to pick one retro system, it'd have to be N64 or original Xbox. That was like the height of my gaming. I would spend hours playing Munch's Odyssey. I beat Munch's Odyssey without even knowing that you can click down on the Xbox controller stick.
Oh yeah.
So there was like a whole range of shit that I wasn't able to do, and it was so incredibly fucking difficult, and I still managed to beat the game without doing energy balls or something like that. Like, I don't remember what the button was, but um I managed to beat a whole Oddworld game with like impaired like shit. I knew that stuff was wrong at points, but I didn't know what was going on because I didn't know how to click down on the Xbox controller, the thumbstick. What was that?
Oh, that's just a bee. He's the one who wants to pollinate the flower. I think I just need one more beehives or whatever to get her to open up herself.
He's all drunk and he's got whiskey dick.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's hella funny.
I see bees over
Kids,
there.
kids wouldn't even get this game.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about stigmas. The queen was all pissed because the king had like apparently been gone for a while. Probably off trying to pollinate that freaking flower. Man, I need to know where these bees are. They're probably up above or some annoying bullcrap. So, what game do you think deserves a remaster the most?
Let's see. GoldenEye 007.
Solid choice. Did you play a lot of that too?
I played the shit out of that game. I think that that is my favorite video game of all time, pound for pound. I just
Not bad.
remember how intense that was as a kid, playing that with a gun, shooting all those people getting shot, and how scary it was when he would do that breath thing. I'd get scared every time I get shot, so I'd be running around aimlessly like a chicken with its head cut off.
That's cool.
I ended up beating that whole entire game and unlocking the double O agent mode where you can set the enemy accuracy and enemy life and enemy reaction speed.
Right. Messed up
That was
again.
dope. One of my other favorite games of all time has to be Manhunt. Definitely not a game for kids, but exceptionally savage on all fronts. If you like games that are savage, then the first Manhunt is better than the second Manhunt. The second Manhunt was just full of darkness and creepy vibes, and then the the executions so there wouldn't be like raw flesh and stuff. Anyways, yeah, it's really savage.
Yeah, I remember Manhunt. I was older when I had that back for PS2. I remember a lot of games coming out that were pretty hard like that. And I don't mean like as in difficulty. I just mean like going hard. Like
Savage as fuck.
yeah, games like The Suffering, Black, Dark Watch.
I remember Black, but I haven't played The Suffering.
Oh man, The Suffering was something else. Freaking loved it.
Nice, pretty freaky.
Yeah, it's pretty much start out as this prisoner, and they're like performing weird experiments on people, turning him into like T-virus zombies and crap. And you can like eventually transform into like monsters and stuff and totally wreck people's shit.
Damn, that's badass.
Oh yeah. Eventually I'll get all these freaking bees, man. I feel like I'm missing one more that I don't know where it's at, and I think it's high above or something annoying like that. But I at least want this sunflower to expose her boobs before we stop. Maybe I'll quick save after I get a bunch. Come on, slow buggers.
Yeah, definitely quick save after that second bunch runs in.
I've gotten pretty good so far of getting the basic ones. I do think there's one way up there, annoyingly placed, to where I'd have to platform down without getting crunched. But I'll definitely quick save if I feel I'm pushing it.
Okay, you got the third bunch. Cool.
Yeah. I think there's 5 bunches in all. I know there's I know where 4 are right now. I've gotten in them to her before. What's annoying is I have to talk to her, then go get the bees, and then go back to her. A lot of work just for a chick to show her your boobs. Apparently, Nintendo didn't want any part of this one. They wouldn't even advertise it. They had to compromise and advertise it themselves and have a different publisher altogether because Nintendo was being like, yeah, no. We'll let it on our system, but other than that, you're on your own. Alright, so I'm gonna quick save here just in case. So we don't have to continuously keep doing this. No.
Mike Hunt and Justin Case.
Yeah.
That'd be a funny name. Justin Case.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I remember a Mike Hunt.
That's funny as hell. I would. My God.
And he went around as Mike too. Like I would have gone by Michael. I'm just saying. Oh crap. No. Okay. Conker controls really well, but the cameras like to fight you. It's not exactly the free roaming camera that we're used to these days.
Gotta press those C buttons on
Yeah,
some video games.
but this one's programmed in a way where you can't you can't look beyond the what they allow. I can move left and right while I'm up here, but I can't look down really well or anything like that. It's sort of a free camera, but not really. Okay, got this. I think there's ladder. Yeah. Okay. Me personally, if I had to pick a game to be remastered or remade, I would say Parasite Eve for the PlayStation. That was my jam. I'm actually surprised it's
That
not
was it.
remastered or remade yet.
What console was it for?
PlayStation, PS1.
I don't think I've. I think I've heard of it, but I haven't played it before.
Yeah, it's a RPG, but it's not like your typical RPG like Final Fantasy or whatever. It's very much its own thing.
That sounds tight.
Yeah, it had some innovations with the gameplay, like how the combat works. I'll have to stream it one of these times on our
That'd be dope.
retro games.
I'll check that out.
Okay, we got the fourth bees again. Let's quick save this shit. That's another beauty thing about emulation. You can always just quick save. You couldn't back in the day. Imagine doing this over and over.
Yeah, I had a lot of games where I just got to the point where I was like, what the fuck is the point, and just stopped playing.
It's just those quality of life features.
One of my favorite games of all time was Halo 1.
Yeah.
I played that all the way through. I used to skip school in sixth grade, or I would fake sick in fifth grade and play Halo.
When I was into Halo, it was like later, I suppose. Like I was an adult by then. Man, looking back now, I my pot dealer had an Xbox, and so we didn't have a lot of traffic and stuff. We would uh, we would play games, so at least it looked like we were doing something else besides, you know. Ah, crap. No. So, anyways, we would play and we would hook up like three, four Xboxes together and just like play Halo,
It's
like something like up to 16 people, I think it was. It's
that's so
crazy.
many people in one room.
Yeah, not on the same TV though. We had like multiple TVs hooked up.
Oh, that's tight.
Especially Halo 2. That was a fun one that we used to do. Eventually we got a 360 and started gaming on that, like Modern Warfare 2 and the first Modern Warfare COD.
360 has to be one of my favorite consoles of all time. I bought a 360 with a XP mod chip and ended up playing 100 games on it, 100 different titles before it was console banned. Fuck 'em. I was playing Diablo 3 online multiplayer on an XP for like a year. That's probably why I got banned. It was from Diablo, but fuck it, it was worth it.
Diablo 3 I played on the PS3. Come on, make it, man. Damn it.
Hey, bro, do you mind if we pause so I can go get some food real quick?
Yeah, go for it. I'll pause the video or
All
just
right.
stop it for now and we can continue where we left off when you get back.
All right, sounds good, brother. I need to get something to eat real quick. I'm super hungry.
Awesome.